This morning, we have been joined by Tayo Kevin De Visser for a conversation. So Tayo has traced his roots back to Nigeria. And this morning, he's here to share his life journey with us. How are you doing this morning, Tayo?
I'm very good, thank you. I'm happy to be here.
You're happy to be here. I'm glad that you're here. And so how long have you been in Nigeria? When did you decide to visit again?
I arrived 2 weeks ago
Okay.
for the second time. I'm staying for a long time this time, like
Okay.
7 weeks I plan to stay.
Okay.
The first time I went back to Nigeria was last August. I really liked it, just experiencing the culture and experiencing the country.
Okay.
It felt like coming home for the first time.
So first, I just needed to hear, what it's been like so far that you've been here. But then again, tell us a little bit about your story. You have a story. I mean, you were abandoned by your mother at a very young age
Yes.
here in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Tell us, how that story is played out so far.
Well, for all I know I got abandoned when I was about 6, 7 months.
Okay.
That's all I know. She abandoned for me around Mushin area. I got found by 2 policemen who picked me up and took me into motherless baby home.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually all I know. There's not much more to share about the story of what from the abandonness.
Okay. And then, and since you've been, at what point were you adopted by your Dutch parents?
I got adopted when I was 7 months.
Okay.
So I've been in the motherless baby home for like 2, 3 months, and then I got adopted. I grew up and got raised in the Netherlands by a lovely family. They took me in, they took care of me, and I'm their son. That's really nice, and I'm really happy about it.
Okay.
But still, there's that part of finding your roots and find out who are your biological
parents.
Yes.
Okay, so now tell us, at what point, there are a lot of Nigerians who, who would like the opportunity to be raised abroad, right? And here you got this opportunity. At what point did you decide that it is time for me to find my birth mother? When did that, consciousness, come into play?
Well, it was always there because, the opportunities I get are obviously much better than most Nigerians get. So I'm thankful for that. But missing some part of your identity, no one to rely on or no one to identify with, that can be so frustrating, and sometimes it's hard to express in words.
Okay.
But at some point I felt like, okay, it's time to reach out and to hopefully find them. I think, I grew up in Netherlands, so most of the people are white.
Are white, yeah.
So that's the part of identifying you will miss. Like,
Okay.
I'm black, I'm different.
This is your second time in Nigeria,
This is the
right?
second time.
Now let's talk about what you went through during your first visit, because I know it was your first visit to Nigeria was also to find your birth mother, but it was unsuccessful. Talk us through the process. What went on?
Well, the first time I went to Nigeria, I wasn't really gonna search for my birth mother. I was here to experience the country and just to find out what's Nigeria like.
Okay.
As you probably know, Nigeria is not very famous in a good way outside of Africa. So most people were like, "Why are you going back? You got everything here. What would you find there?" But I just want to see the country. I want to see the people. I want to experience the culture, all those kind of things. And to be honest, I really loved it from the first second I arrived. But during my first day, I figured like, okay, all those people around me, they look so much more like me than all those people back home in the Netherlands.
You felt more like home.
Yes, and everywhere I looked, I was like, oh, maybe she's related, or maybe he's my...
He's related to you, yeah.
So that started triggering me, and once I got back home, after 2 weeks, first time I stayed for 2 weeks, once I got back home, I was like, okay, it just kept me, and I was like, I need to do something more to figure out if there's any relatives around.
Okay, and then you decided to come back again So far, how's the process for searching your birth mother been? Have you been back to the motherless baby home? Talk to us.
Yes, I've been to the motherless baby home.
Okay.
But I got adopted like 34 years ago by now, so that's a while ago. And adoption is a process that's still going on process. If you talk about documentation about the adoption, there's not much. So I don't have a name. I don't have. I don't know that much to start searching. Yes.
Okay. And so far nothing's been happening. You've just been wondering and pondering as to maybe someone will come up somewhere and say, "Oh, I'm your birth mother."
Yes. Well, not actually like that, but it's such a big country, and I don't know if she is around. I don't know if there's any other relatives, not just my birth mother, but anyone who might know something. Just I'm trying to reach out to the person and to see if we can work it out.
I'm also curious. How does your Dutch parents? How do they feel about this?
They're very supportive. They understand.
Okay.
They're very caring. They're good parents. They give me everything I could wish for. But still, it's not biological, and that little part of not being biological or not feeling the biological connection, that can be very hard sometimes. But the parents are very supportive. They know I'm doing this, and if I'm right, they're watching right now. So
great.
From the Netherlands.
Okay, and I'm hoping you find your birth mother. I'm hoping somebody reaches out. But what if that doesn't happen? Because you have 7 weeks, and so far you've spent 2 weeks already in Nigeria. So you have more or less 5 weeks left here in Nigeria. So what happens if eventually you don't find her?
Well,
have you come to that realization yet?
Yes, of course. I know how big Nigeria is. I know people, it's 34 years ago. I don't know how old she might be. But I will always come back to Nigeria because I love the country. Even if I don't find her, it's okay. I tried, and I think that's the most important. I reached out, and for me, it's better to reach out and try than just come here and walk around with the idea of maybe, because I don't believe there's nobody searching for me. To abandon from a child, that's a big thing. So I think she's searching for me as well. And I just want her to know it's okay. I don't cherish any anger or bad feelings, or I don't cherish any, race to her, against her. So
you just want to find her.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm wishing you a successful search, and I really hope that you get some closure soon.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tayo, for sharing your story with us. It's quite inspiring, and I'm hoping that someone watching right now could also learn from it as well. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, and that's it for now, people. It's the top of the hour. We'll be right back. Stay with us.